Hey everyone, welcome to Tips and Tea with Linnea FNP. My name is Linnea Baker. I am a board certified family nurse practitioner as well as a certified health and well-being coach. And I am so excited today because I really dug deep and thought, what can I do to bring you value? 2024 is right around the corner. What could I do to speak to you and pour into you and bring you value? And I really, this came out of me after a walk I had, and it was exactly what I feel you need to hear at this time of year. And so today's topic is New Year, better version of you. Thank you so much for giving me some of your valuable time. And I truly, truly hope this brings you value. That is absolutely my passion and my purpose is to educate, coach, bring value to you to positively impact your lives in some way. So we know 2024 is right around the corner. We're almost at the halfway point already. It's crazy how fast it goes. And I know people usually say new year, new you. But I actually don't agree with that. And that's kind of where this came from today. Okay, I'll put my tea down. So I believe you are a gift. You were uniquely made and you're special. We don't need a new you. We just need a better version, right? We want to show up as our best selves. I truly believe that we do not live up to our fullest potential because we're living in a stressed out, overwhelming, exhausted state. And we're just trying to get by, guys. All of us are, right? I've been there. That's why this speaks to my heart and soul. And I felt that it was something I could bring to you. It is something that I struggled with for a long time. And for the last almost 4 years, I've been able to break it and thrive. And I want that for each of you. Because in the United States, we've normalized grinding it out and being stressed and being overwhelmed, being exhausted, being depleted. It's like in the US, you earn a medal if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're working long hours, even more so if you're working more than one job, if you're exhausted, living on caffeine, grabbing anything you can get to fuel your bodies, even if it's the ultra processed, chemically laden, high in sugar, high in sodium, fake foods that is the normal Western American diet. Is that not the truth? That's how I was living. I didn't even realize how bad I was feeling because it was a slow process of just building on top of each other day in and day out until I pivoted and made a change and started to pour into myself, which is what this is about. That's when I realized how really bad off I was. So what I know from my personal journey, my research, and my work with so many clients is that we need to step back. We need to take a breath. We need to focus on healing ourselves, pouring into ourselves, and growing ourselves to where we can expand and be the best version of ourselves. We don't need to be a different person. We just need to show up as our best version. And the majority of people in the United States aren't even close to pouring into themselves and being their best. And it's sad, but it's what we've normalized in this country. And I don't blame anyone. I've been there too. That's why I can speak to this so clearly. And I truly feel it in my heart. And that's why I want to show up and bring this information to you guys to bring it to your conscious level. Pouring into ourselves in self-care, it's not the one-time massage that so many of us do and think, well, I did some self-care today, I got a massage. I love a good massage. And even better when I have the ability to do it on a regular basis, that is part of my healing and overall health and wellness. But doing a one-time pampering session is not enough to pour into yourselves and get you to be the best version of you so that you live your life to the fullest. And trust me, when you expand and start living your best version of you, there's nothing like it. It's also not just getting a one-time mani-pedi or having a glass of wine. I've done those things. I did them for years. All that does is band-aid it. Is it fun? Is it relaxing? It absolutely is. And I'm not saying don't do that once in a while and get to spoil yourself. I did, and I still do. But it shouldn't be the only thing we're doing for self-care because it's not enough. It needs to be part of our daily routine. What we need to change is something in our daily routine that fuels and nourishes your physical and spiritual self. What I know to be true is that when you build a healthy and sustainable lifestyle, you start to thrive, you have increased energy, and you live a bigger and more productive life. You have a bigger impact on your world, on your family, your friends, but on your world. You get to make a difference in this world, in your community. You can also pour into those you love the most. You have more to give them, more to pour into them when you pour into yourself. It has a rippling effect, I promise you. It impacts your children, your partner, your friends, and those that mean the most to you. The fact is, we cannot pour from an empty cup. And I did that for so long, guys. And I know most of you listening to this are in the same boat, because unfortunately, that's the norm in the United States. And we need to break those cycles. It's not okay. How do I know the majority of the US is pouring from an empty cup? Depleted, exhausted, feeling unwell. Well, aside from my personal health journey and my over 25 years of experience working in medicine, the numbers don't lie, guys. 88% of the US adult population is metabolically unhealthy. In fact, those numbers are 88 to 92%. I kind of get different variances depending on where I get the information from. But I will tell you, metabolically unhealthy, elevated blood pressure, a large waist circumference or obesity, abnormal cholesterol levels, meaning the LDL, quote unquote, bad cholesterol is high, and the HDL, good cholesterol or helper cholesterol, is low. Triglycerides are high. Also, elevated fasting blood sugar or blood glucose levels. Okay, that's 88% of the US adult population is metabolically unhealthy. They have at least one of those. Many have more than that. 1 out of every 2 adults in the United States are either diabetic or pre-diabetic, and most don't know it. Look to your left, look to your right. 1 out of 2. That's powerful. It's overwhelming. I'm shocked. The US is the number 1 in the world for the amount of money they spend per person in healthcare, on healthcare. But we are ranked in the US as the 42nd in the world, the country that is ranked 42nd in the world for longevity. So I looked this up again and I saw that countries like Albania, Qatar, Bahrain, they all have a longer lifespan than the United States, yet we spend the most money per person on healthcare. That tells me something has to give. It's not working. We need to get out of a reactive state and get into a proactive state of our health. 80% of medical appointments are actually related to conditions caused by stress. Crazy, guys. If you continue to practice the same daily habits you've been doing, what will your life look like in 1 year, in 3 years, or in 5 years? Guys, if someone had asked me that before I started this health journey, I swear, if someone had asked me that question, I think I would have been in a puddle on the floor crying, because I never really faced what I was doing because I was so busy grinding it out and focused on everyone else and not pouring into myself. But if someone had stopped and looked at me in the face and said, Linnea, if you continue on this trajectory of what you've been doing, where will you be in a year, 3 years, 5 years? I would have broken down crying because it was that bad. What is the number 1 health goal you have for yourself right now? The number 1. The one thing you would wish to change about yourself if you had a magic wand and could make it come true. So please, if you can, put that in the comments and try to be vulnerable. If you don't want to put in the comments, you can always private message it to me if you still want me to know. But there's something powerful about seeing it in writing and owning it. Now is the time to take your first step towards living the life you were meant to live. Stop playing small. Stop living a life that has made you feel unwell and unhappy. Let's lock arms and go through a journey of healing. And when I talk about healing, we're talking about healing from the inside out. Let's improve your overall health and wellness through some simple daily habits. From a lifestyle approach, yes, Western medicine is important. Many of you are following with specialists and healthcare providers and on medications for chronic illnesses, and I get that. And I have 2 autoimmune diseases, and I do see specialists and have to be followed and managed for that. But I also know the power of a holistic, healthy, and sustainable lifestyle, because even my doctors are blown away by how well I'm doing, because I actively do these daily sustainable healthy habits every day to take care of myself. And I am happier and healthier because of it. John Maxwell says, and if you don't know John Maxwell, he's like the guru for leadership. He's well known, a world-renowned speaker, and he has many books written. And he says, if you want to change your life, you have to change something you do daily. So powerful, so true. Ed Mylett, he is also a speaker. He works on really mindfulness and coaching. Phenomenal. He has a podcast. In fact, John Maxwell has a podcast too, and Ed Mylett has written a book. And Ed Mylett states, show me your habits and I will show you your life. Both of these are so powerful and so true. If you want to change your life, you have to change something you do daily. Show me your habits and I will show you your life. So true. If you had looked at my habits before and what I was doing and you look at them now, you could see a 180 in how my life is. And I'm living it. I get it. I didn't get it then, but I get it now. And that's why I'm here to help you. I get to see this over and over and over again of people when you look at their daily habits. But here's the thing. I also get to celebrate the transformation that I see people go through. I get to see people become their best version, and they are unstoppable when they start pouring into themselves and setting themselves up for success and doing some small changes in these daily habits. So what's your first step? Well, the first thing you need to do to start, what is the first thing you need to do to start this journey? Well, first, I want to congratulate you. You've plugged in, you're here, you're present, you're listening to this point because you want the knowledge to improve, to feel better, to show up as your best self. So I applaud you for that. You're searching for the knowledge to figure out what to do because it's overwhelming. There's so many programs, there's so many things. Don't eat this, eat that. Calorie restriction, intermittent fasting, gut health, pills, all kinds of things. It's overwhelming. And there's so many things out there that you don't even know where to start and they contradict each other. But I can promise you the journey I've been on is a holistic, sustainable, healthy lifestyle. And it has changed not only my life, but I can't even count how many people's lives it's positively impacted and changed. And not just done short term, but long term. I've been doing this almost 4 years and it's easy to sustain. And I continue to improve and thrive at the next level. And it's incredible. The first step is you want to reach out to myself and let me know you want to do a free health and wellness consult with me to get a personalized plan for 2024 New Year best version of you journey. And then we'll start our focus on nutrition because nutrition is at the center because the gut is the command center of your body. And if you guys who've been following me and listening to me, you know I talk about this, but let's just go over it a little bit again because sometimes we need to hear it a few more times to really understand. It's a lot of information. Your gut's considered your second brain. It impacts your mood, anxiety, depression, your ability to focus, brain fog, mindset, and sleep, to name a few. 70 to 80% of your immune system is located in your gut. So the health of your gut impacts your immune system. It can impact your immune system positively or negatively, depending on what your gut health stance is. Is it good? Is it balanced? Or is it in dysbiosis or unbalanced? Your gut health impacts your metabolism and your hormones, as well as your metabolic health. And an unhealthy gut, one where the good and bad gut bacteria are not in balance, leads to disease. How does that happen? An unhealthy gut leads to chronic inflammation. When you eat foods that are toxic to your body, for example, an ultra-processed foods, that triggers your immune system to turn on. And it turns on because your immune system doesn't recognize the substances we put in our body the majority of the time as food because it's ultra processed. It's not what we were designed to eat. So what happens? Inflammation occurs because that's the first line of defense of the immune system. And the standard American diet, also called the SAD diet, which is an appropriate nickname because it's majority ultra processed and it's toxic to our body and creating disease. It's actually, when we eat those foods, it actually creates stress on our body. Just eating those foods is creating stress on our body. And as this inflammation continues, it's called chronic inflammation. Since we eat all day and the majority of the foods we eat in the United States are ultra processed, those toxins continue the cycle of inflammation. So it becomes chronic inflammation. And now in the research, we know that chronic inflammation is the playground for chronic disease. It's the spark for chronic disease. So what am I talking about? Chronic diseases like heart disease, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, autoimmune disease. I have 2 of them, guys. I have 2 autoimmune diseases because of all the years of not taking care of myself. It happens to all of us if we don't take care of ourselves and pivot. Many types of cancers and obesity. It's no coincidence that 7 out of the top 10 causes of death in the United States are due to chronic inflammation. Why? Because it is our lifestyle in the United States that's causing it. So how do you know if you have chronic inflammation? Well, there's lots of symptoms or things you may see. And some of those are weight gain, difficulty losing weight, bloating, indigestion or reflux, muscle aches, joint pain, fatigue or low energy, difficulty sleeping, anxiety or depression, insulin resistance, whether it be prediabetes or diabetes, autoimmune disease, elevated blood pressure or cholesterol abnormalities, brain fog, difficulty concentrating, constipation or diarrhea, sugar cravings. Sugar cravings and chronic hunger are part of an unhealthy gut. And those are just some of them. That's not even the complete list. So if you have some of or all of the symptoms, I can tell you, I could have been a big circle around all of those. I had all of them. And at the time, I didn't realize it was all connected to my gut. I was holistic. I should have known better. I should have known all these things had to be connected, but I didn't know then. And that's why I'm so passionate. I was in so much pain before. I was hurting every day. I was depleted. I was exhausted. I had all those things I just talked about. And I wasn't my best version of me. And I can tell you, when I started making some changes and pouring into me, and the first step was gut health and nutrition, which I didn't know how powerful it was or even understand it until I started my journey. And then once I started completely changing and feeling better and thriving, that's when I started doing the research going, this is different. And I'm a why girl, and I want to know why things are like that, the root cause. That's who I am. And so I've done the research. So if you're, I would have had all these symptoms. So if you have some of the symptoms or all of them that I just mentioned, you need a gut detox reset. If you're eating the standard American diet, you need a gut detox reset. That's just the facts, guys, okay? So as part of the journey with me to detox and reset your gut, you'll be learning which foods serve you and which foods don't. You'll be given recipes that are delicious and the whole family can enjoy. The kids love them too. You'll be given healthy food swaps, shopping lists to help you with your journey. You will have an accountability group to support you. And I also highly encourage you, we all have a friend or a spouse or a partner or a family member that you know right now you're listening to this and you're not only thinking of you, you're thinking of them. And it's really helpful to have a battle buddy do this with you. So I want you to think about that person that's your ride or die, the person you do life with, the person who needs this that you want to partner with, because that's important to help you with success with this too. It's always helpful to have people that you do life with participate in this with you. Then it's fun and it's a journey together and it's learning experiences together and it's someone accountable who's in your life already. But we also have an accountability group and we'll be there for you. You'll be coached and you'll have access to me throughout your journey. And I am holistic. So that means although we start with your nutrition and gut health, you'll be given tools for education to support you with starting an exercise program, working on stress management, working on your sleep hygiene and sleep routine, because it's all important and part of a holistic, sustainable lifestyle. And we don't have to overwhelm you and do everything at once. We take baby steps, okay? And the first thing to get you there is your nutrition and is your gut health. We will lock arms. I will lock arms with you and take you on a journey with me that will be the steps in the direction of creating the life you want. I'm here for you and for your health. I want you to create the life you want to live. And I want to give you the tools to help you become the best version of you. I'm on a mission to positively impact your health and wellness through education and coaching to create generational health. Let's get those kids seeing what you're doing. It will ripple out and impact their health. And also to create a health span that equals your lifespan. I have been where you are. I have. That's what makes me so passionate and on purpose in this space, because I've been there and I've turned my pain into purpose in my life. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired almost 4 years ago. I started this journey and it's completely transformed every aspect of my life. So now that I get to live the best version of me every day. I'm still working on myself daily, as this is a lifelong journey. I'm continually growing and evolving. But boy, guys, when I look back from where I started to where I am now, I celebrate the huge gains I've achieved. It's absolutely been an incredible journey. So I ask you, are you ready to join me? Are you ready to take the first step? The first step is to comment below or private message me so we can set up a time to do your free health and wellness consult. Don't wait. Make you a priority in 2024. Let's kick off 2024 with a plan that will help you to accomplish all that you want out of life. I never regretted starting, only that I didn't start sooner. Let me lock arms with you and help you. Guys, thank you for your time. I hope this brought you value. Until next time, please be safe. And I am so grateful for each of you.